before we get to this bank of calls, Eagles, how loud are the footsteps, TJ? You watched that Sunday night game last night.
Yeah.
They have won 7 in a row. They're running for more yards per game than the Lions, and they're giving up the fewest yards in football.
Yeah, they look good. I mean, it was obviously a good bounce back for them after how they finished last year, right? Just a complete meltdown mode. I still think their coach might cost them at some point. I mean, end of the first half yesterday. Did you watch that? The whole sequence where the Rams had the ball was a third down. There was like a minute left.
Yeah.
They dripped off like 30 seconds.
And then called the timeout in the next one.
And then they wanted to have 2 timeouts, but 30 seconds. Then they come out and they're running the ball with Jalen Hurts at like the 50-yard line.
Right.
So there's every game where Sirianni makes some very questionable clock management decisions that I think is going to cost them. But no, you're right. They're a really good football team. Their offensive line is good. They are. I mean, they can
healthy
move
now.
people. They're healthy.
I say
Lane Johnson's playing good.
As good as the Lions, arguably better. Their
I would say
tackle duo's better, and
I would say those are the top 2.
Yeah, 1A,
whatever
1B.
way you want to order them. I don't know. I don't want to piss people off by saying.
Hey, TJ, I heard you on the radio. You said the Eagles are better than us.
No, I think those are the top 2.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to run blocking.
I said in the overreactions, the 2 best teams in football are in the NFC. I think the Lions' biggest threat is Philadelphia.
That's hard to argue. I'm not going to argue that. I think they are. I still think Green Bay is a good team, young team, starting to maybe figure it out a little bit. And did they get, you can't even play you got lucky, with no Purdy and no Bosa. I mean, Lions have had games where everybody's played games where the other team is missing some. Lions haven't had their best player in forever, right? So you can't really play that. But no, I'm with you when it comes to Philly. I mean, they look like a dangerous team for sure.
Well, and the issue is they're not letting you take a deep breath because they're only 1 game behind. At least with like Minnesota, you're going to get one more head-to-head to create the gap, even if you lose. Green Bay, even if you lose, you got another head-to-head. If you lose a game and you're the Lions, you open the door to Philadelphia taking the 1 seed. You know what I mean? Like they're nipping at your heels.
Yeah, no,
they're a pain in the ass.
And they're much like the Lions, where their biggest improvement is their secondary.
Yes.
They've got a couple young guys, Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. C.J. Gardner's playing good. Slay went out of the game yesterday, late in that game, I think with a concussion, but he's playing good. Their secondary, much like the Lions, probably the biggest improvement that they've made, and that's why that defense is getting back to a typical tough, hard-nosed, physical Philadelphia defense. And they got some veterans on that team. Brandon Graham looked like he had hit the fountain of youth last night.
Yeah,
but
some of the plays that he made, man.
Until he didn't.
Yeah, but did you see Schefter this morning? Season-ending tricep injury for Brandon Graham.
Oh, no, I missed that. But it must have been really late in the game.
He tweeted at like 5 in the morning. So, I mean,
that's terrible. Yeah. Oh, man, I feel bad. Brandon's a good dude, too.
I know. Yeah. Everybody likes him. Detroiter.
Yeah, he reminds me of Lomas, just always in a good mood. But no, you're right, man. You talk about Philly being kind of 1A, 1B right now.
Yeah.
And still put the Lions at 1A when it comes to the team, but they're playing good. Yeah, I just keep waiting. Something just kind of still – maybe they fixed it, but with Sirianni, something just kind of still feels like –
well, there's a couple of games coming up.
Like a ticking time bomb.
This weekend they're going to play at Baltimore. So that'll be a nice test
huge
to see, did they fix all of those? Is Sirianni going to cost them? They also